Well, hello everybody. This is Jeff, and this is the Watch Jeff Art channel, so thanks for watching. And in this video, I think I'm going to talk about something that it's been on my mind. I see people ask about it or ask questions about it, and it's something I suffer with, and that is when you feel like you screw up everything you try and draw. I see people online a lot who say, hey, what do I do? Everything I try and draw, I hate, and I end up just throwing it in the garbage because it doesn't look the way I want it to look. Or I start to draw something and it doesn't look good, so I get angry with myself and frustrated, and I stop. And let me just say, not only do I suffer from that same mentality, but it happens, well, at least it seems to happen every time I draw. So every video you see on this channel, even the video you're watching right now, at some point in this drawing, usually about maybe 20 minutes into a drawing, I feel that way. I get these feelings. I look at what's on the paper. I go, what am I doing? What am I wasting my time doing? Why am I doing this? This doesn't look good. This doesn't look like, some of the other great artists that I see on YouTube. You ever do that? You ever watch other people on YouTube and go, man, I wish I can draw like that. And then you sit down and you try and draw, and then you go, this doesn't look anything like what the other people that I look at draw. This doesn't look anything like it. I'm a failure, or this is no good. And you beat yourself up over it. So I have those feelings too. So if that's you, you're not alone. And I think a lot of that stems from, one, we have a high expectation of ourselves. No one's we're our biggest critic. So we want everything to be perfect. And when it's not, we feel like we fail. And again, if this isn't you, if you don't have those feelings, then don't worry about it. This is for people that do struggle with those feelings. And what I try and tell myself is, first of all, I'm not perfect. I am still learning. And every time, how am I going to get better if I don't keep trying to draw, or if I don't keep making attempts? So the first thing is, remind yourself that it's okay to not be perfect. The second thing I do is, if I see something that I don't like in my drawing, I ask myself, can I fix it? Is there something I can fix? So let me give you an example. When I would draw a portrait, you'll see a lot of videos on my channel of me drawing portraits. And every one of those portraits, at some point, I said, this does not look like the person I'm trying to draw. I'm a failure. What am I doing, right? All the same things. What am I wasting my time doing? But then I asked myself, well, why doesn't it look like the person? What about it am I noticing that needs to change? Are the eyes too close together? Does the face look too skinny? Is the forehead too big? So first thing is, identify what you don't like in the drawing, and then see if you can fix it. So in this example, let's say like I made the forehead too big. Something doesn't look right, and my feeling is maybe the forehead looks too big. Can I fix it? Well, maybe I can. Maybe I can just lower the hairline down a little bit, and that shrinks the size of the forehead. Or maybe I just need to raise the eyebrows up a little bit. So what you do is you just make little changes, and you see sometimes, actually often, the case is you start realizing you can change the drawing. You can make it look more like what you want it to be. All these feelings of inadequacy are actually not that it's not that much of a game changer. So when you see something in your drawing you don't like, don't just throw in the towel right away. Don't just crumple it up and throw it in the garbage. See what you can change about it. In this drawing here, in this doodle, as usual with most of my drawings, I start out with just, hey, let's just see how this goes. It's a blank piece of paper. Let's just see what happens. And then I get 20, 30 minutes into it, and then I go, I don't know what else to do. Let me start analyzing my drawing. Let me start, and then I just start getting too much into it. I just start getting like my left side analytical brain just starts thinking too much. And that's when I start having those doubts. So one thing to do is to just ask yourself, am I thinking too much? Am I just analyzing too much? Maybe I should just go with it. If you think your drawing is screwed up, then try this. Instead of just throwing it in the garbage or stopping, why don't you tell yourself, okay, I screwed up, so now I have nothing to lose. Let me just see what I can do with it. Let me just see what maybe I can salvage this drawing. Maybe I can turn it into something that I like. Maybe something will happen and I'll end up liking this drawing. So if it's already screwed up, then what do you have to lose? That's almost like a blank check to now do whatever you want to do. Just have fun with it. If you're going to throw it in the garbage anyway, then why not just keep going with it? So try that, and you might be surprised at what happens when you don't have that pressure and you just decide to just see what happens. Some of my best things I think I've done are when I've had that feeling of, oh no, I think I messed up, but instead of just stopping, let me just go with it now and just see what happens. And it ends up turning out to be something that I really kind of like. Those actually end up being some of my favorite drawings. And, I think maybe that's because we give ourselves that permission to just do it, right? Just have fun, just no pressure. Now that we think we've messed up, we just have a clean slate to do whatever we want to do. And that ends up unlocking a lot of like the creativity and unlocking our intuition to see the drawing actually take a new life, a new breath. It ends up, something happens that we weren't planning, right? Because we weren't thinking about it. Does that ever happen? Is that just me? Is this just me making things up? Or does this happen to you? Have you ever done that? Have you ever just thought that, you messed up and then you just go with it? Just see what happens now that you think you've messed up. Just go with it. And suddenly you end up really enjoying what you did. I think there might be something there. And that happened in this drawing. In this doodle here, I reached a point where I was like, I don't know where it was. I think it's after I drew that triangle. And if you might have to go back and watch this to see the part in the drawing, but like you'll notice there's a lot of parts in this video where I'm not drawing anything. Even though it's sped up, you're seeing the real fast speed. You can even still might be able to pick up some spots where I'm just not drawing. And that's because I'm like thinking to myself, what am I going to do? I don't know what to do. I drew that big triangle and then I'm like, now what do I do with it? I mean, I don't know what else I could add. And I slowly just said, you know what? Okay, who cares? Let me just draw a thing. Let me just play around with it. And in the end, I ended up really liking how this looked. I was going to originally do the whole triangle in like black, like make it like this black, dark, like empty black triangle. And after I did the left side of the triangle where I was doing all black, I thought to myself, let me just leave the right side white. Let me see how that looks. And then I ended up kind of liking the way it turned out. I don't know. This is just a weird drawing where I thought, okay, this is it. This is the one drawing that I'm not going to post on YouTube because I'm halfway done and I do not know what I'm going to do. And I just kind of gave myself permission to just mess around with it. Don't try and think about it. And I ended up liking it. So hopefully you like it too. I'd really be curious. If you want, leave me a comment. Let me know if you've had similar experiences. Do you feel like you don't, you mess up things that you try and draw? And if so, what do you have any tips that you maybe you can share with people that help you to fix a drawing that you think you messed up? And that's it. That's my encouragement to you. Don't just throw it in the garbage. Don't just stop. Maybe when you feel like that, maybe tell yourself, hey, it's messed up. That's fine. So let me just draw more on this messed up drawing because I'm not going to mess it up anymore. I'm already going to give up on it. So maybe I can turn this messed up drawing into maybe not something I originally thought it was going to be. Maybe I can turn it into something I didn't think it was going to be and still enjoy it. So yeah, I think that's what I wanted to talk about on this video. If there's something else you want me to talk about, if you have a question, if you want to see me take one of your questions and add it to one of my next videos, just leave your question down below. Just, type in, hey, Jeff, I have a question, and let me know in the comments. And what I do is I go through my comments, and if I see a question that I think I can contribute something to, I'll add it to one of these videos, and we'll just have a discussion about it. All right, so with that being said, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy this final drawing here. And thanks for all you guys for sharing my videos and liking it. You can follow me on Facebook and what else? Instagram. And here on YouTube, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I try and do a video as often as I can. And that's it. All right, love you guys. And we'll talk to you on the next video. Bye-bye.